and welcome to this episode of Budget Focus from the Hindu, where we attempt to provide a sectoral overview ahead of the budget that will be presented in the Parliament in less than a week from now. I am Ravikumar and I cover insurance among other things. The insurance sector is one of India's fastest growing and key segments within the country's financial system. Given its sheer size, insurance in itself is an industry and makes for a strong case for reforms, continued push for regulatory changes and some tax tweaks as well. Before we take a deep dive into the hours of the insurance sector, when Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman rises to present her 7th consecutive budget on July 23rd, let's take a look at some of the numbers to set the backdrop. IRDA says its outlook is based on strong economic growth, rising disposable income, a young population, increased risk awareness, digital penetration, as well as regulatory changes. India's life insurance market in 22-23 reported a premium income of rupees 7.83 lakh crore rupees, or which was almost about 13% higher compared to the previous year. The non-life insurance segment that we call general insurance, which generally consists of health, motor and such covers, raked in a premium of 2.57 lakh crore rupees, more than 16% increase over the previous year. Under general insurance, health segment is the largest, contributing to as much as 38% of the total premium. In 22-23, the health insurance premium totaled 97,633 crores as opposed to 80,502 crores in the previous financial year. But insurance is not just about numbers, it is much more than that. First, it was COVID, or the period of upheaval in the lives of millions of people that turned the spotlight on insurance, be it life or health covers. Taking a cue and in line with the government's emphasis, IRDA set out an ambitious plan of insurance for all by 2047. The attempt is to take insurance to the hinterland, as rural penetration has been a major challenge for this sector. IRDA has also consolidated under various regulations and repealed several others. The rural push consists of 3 plans under what has been branded as Bima Vistar, Bima Vahak and Bima Sugam, more about which we will discuss later. In the upcoming budget, the insurance sector is looking forward to certain incentives as well as certain tax benefits. It is also expecting some kind of guidance from the government on GST. GST is one of the major issues for the insurance sector, which has been demanding a reduction in the rate from 18% to as low as 5%. Let's look at some of the other demands that the insurance sector is raising. Tapan Singhal, MD and CEO of Bajaj Allianz General Insurance, who also heads the General Insurance Council, wants the focus on awareness, affordability and accessibility of insurance products to be enhanced. On tax reforms, Mr. Singhal says reducing GST on health insurance and increasing the 80D tax exemption limit is critical. Such measures will make health insurance premiums more affordable and encourage wider uptake and reduce out-of-pocket expenses for the individuals. Universal health coverage is a cornerstone in bridging economic disparities and providing financial protection to vulnerable population. Implementing a comprehensive universal health scheme and removing the cap on deductions for senior citizens' health insurance is something essential and a step towards a resilient future. Keeping the insurance players hopeful in this budget are the many reforms that IRDA has rolled out in the recent past, especially in terms of improving the business environment, transparency as also customer-centric measures. But if recent budgets are any indications, there have been nothing much to write about. A key change in the last full budget was the announcement removing certain exemptions on high-value life insurance policies. This has been one major concern for the sector. In recent years, the government's push towards the new tax regime that offers lower rates of tax but permits very few deductions and exemptions takes the sheen away from the insurance cover as a tax saving instrument, as insurance is typically meant to cover against the unforeseen. We might witness a shift in the government's approach towards insurance in this ensuing budget, given IRDA's ambitious insurance for all, which includes the Bima Sugam portal and the women-centric distribution channel Bima Vahak. Also, the GST Council at its 53rd meeting in June provided substantial relief to the general insurance industry, indicating a possible shift in its approach. The reliefs included dropping GST demands amounting to more than 18,000 crores at an industry level, according to the General Insurance Council. Co-founder and Chief Business Officer of aggregator platform PolicyBazaar.com, Tarun Mathur, sounds optimistic when he lists out the insurance sector's expectation from the budget. Mr. Mathur also favors GST relief on health insurance for MSMEs, as the current regulatory framework limits their capacity to offer group health insurance to all employees. MSMEs typically use employee benefits like group health insurance to attract and retain talent. The existing GST regulations impose a significant burden on MSMEs, as they cannot claim input credit for the GST paid on employee health insurance premiums. While a complete waiver may not be practical for all businesses, the government could consider offering some relief specifically to the MSMEs. Mr. Mathur also favors expanding Section 80C deductions and introducing a dedicated category for term insurance, since the existing 1.50 lakh rupees limit is insufficient for essential financial investments. GST rates on health and term products, he says, must be reduced from 18 to 5%. He also sought an increase in tax deduction limit for health insurance premium by proposing a raise to 50,000 rupees for individuals, their spouses and dependent children, and to 1 lakh rupee for senior citizen parents. At another level, the insurers want the government to consider raising the foreign direct investment level from the existing 74% in the insurance companies. How much of these will find mention in the budget? Stay tuned for more announcements, updates and analysis at thehindu.com and on our X handle, which is the_Hindu. Bye for now.